Welcome back to another video. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So, y'all remember Asante Samuel, cornerback, longtime cornerback in the NFL, played with multiple teams. His son right now plays for, I think, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe I'm not for sure. But he had comments about the T-step and Coach Prime and his statistics against Coach Prime statistics and all this other stuff. Here we go. They got in a public debate over the T-step, and he talked about how he had all the interceptions and all this other nonsense. Well, man, check out what he had to say this time.
The offensive coordinator isn't liking something he's seeing in Shedeur Sanders. That's what's happening. He isn't liking something he's seeing. I think Todd Monken himself wholeheartedly believes in Shedeur Sanders. The problem is Shedeur isn't taking advantage of his opportunity. Shedeur just isn't seizing the moment. Now, I know it seems early because we're supposed to be waiting until the preseason games to get a fair evaluation of the quarterbacks. Now, I think Shedeur is making progress, but the bad habits he's developed over the years are hard for him to fix. They're hindering his progress. The offensive coordinator isn't liking something he's seeing.
Shedeur Sanders basically is still doing the things that hurt him in college. Shedeur Sanders, even though we haven't saw him in the preseason games, none of that is still playing bad. Even though all the film we've seen of Shedeur Sanders of him throwing touchdowns looking really good, some kind of way Asante Samuel is going with the narrative that he's still regressing, that he's still doing the same stuff he was doing, that offensive coordinator is trying to work with him, the head coach like him, but he's just not getting the job done. And it's just like, man, you would think, being as though Asante Samuel was on the podcast with Coach Prime, thought that they was cool and everything like that, you would think he would wait till actually more data, the preseason, more film came out where it's obvious that, okay, Shedeur Sanders is just not doing something. Something is not right. But instead, you see this guy right here, man, looking for clicks and views, looking for an opportunity to get his name in the algorithm. He's just going to go and blast, and he hasn't been at every practice. He hasn't seen every rep. He hasn't done none of that. Maybe a couple people told him about things, but he hasn't physically saw everything like we all haven't, who haven't been at practice or anything like that. But he's just going to go with that whole narrative that Shedeur Sanders just is struggling. And from the film that's being put out, he's throwing touchdowns. Deshaun Watson is the one that's struggling. So, it's just shocking that some people, man, this is how they try to make their living on this podcast space, on social media talking. Is just, man, give out crazy takes. They're not doing any numbers for a long time, so they just come out and give out a crazy take about something that's going to take their verbiage to another level with the criticism and people talking about it. So they put that out there, man. And this is a shame because you thought he had a great relationship with Coach Prime. Coach Prime came on the podcast. They were talking. Everything was cool. But obviously, man, this dude's a snake in the grass, been at this whole time, man. He's only focused on himself because, like I say, we don't have enough data of this year to see ourselves with our own eyes of Shedeur Sanders struggling, man. We really don't. We just don't. And before they had this post right here where he was letting it be known that last year, certain quarterbacks didn't do what they needed to do. Shedeur Sanders was gonna get out there, man. And let y'all hear for y'all.
Flacco and Kenny Pickett, because they want to see Shedeur Sanders at quarterback. Can y'all imagine that?
That's a possibility because he got like top selling jersey. So
that's what I mean.
He got a top selling jersey.
It's on from
so
the Cleveland Browns.
People want to see him play.
If Flacco or Pickett don't produce, you can guarantee fans will start chanting Shedeur Sanders. We want Shedeur. We want Shedeur. The Cleveland Browns better not let it get to the point where the fans are chanting they want Shedeur Sanders.
He was right on that original clip that he had put out there a year ago. That you don't want it to get to that level where the fans are wanting Shedeur, meaning that the quarterbacks are playing like trash, which they were. So, but at the end of the day, man, it's just shocking that Asante Samuel will go this route and just completely do a 360 or 180 or whatever you may want to call it, man, on Coach Prime's son Shedeur, after Coach Prime went on there, showed love to him after he went in at Coach Prime to try to get his name out there, man. So I don't know, man. Just crazy, shocking. You wouldn't expect something like that to do things of that nature, man. But hey, some people are just about themselves. Some people are just trying to, just to get over and do what they want to do, man, and talk how they want to talk, just so people could click and views and things of that nature, man. It's a shame that they have to put towards Shedeur Sanders' name and things of that nature. But other than that, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out.